Hello everyone and welcome to the Homemade Drone channel. Today we are going to be doing a video on how to do the calculation for building brand new drone, and actually this is the method that I'm using. This is a video that I really wanted to record for a long time, but unfortunately I did not have the time, and I think it's really crucial to have a video on how to do the calculations for a new drone on a homemade drone. So let's start. Okay, so mainly I'm actually going to be using a real case scenario where I did a 5 to 5 millimeters quadcopter and I wanted to transform that into 240 millimeters quadcopter. So for that, I already had some of the components, so I wanted to calculate if there was a possibility to use most of those components. But again, this is the same method that we are going to be using for any drone that you may have. Okay. So mainly what I'm doing is I'm actually using a web-based tool which is called eCalc, which is actually a calculator. I'm going to be providing the link on the description below. And this is mainly the tool. It's a great tool. You need to pay like $1 to have the full version. I do not have it because I actually use it just a couple of times. You can definitely use it like the free version without any restrictions. The only restrictions are you cannot select all of the components, but actually it's for the purpose of the case, it's going to be the same results. So one of the things you may want is to have an average estimate of the weight of the model, which is going to be displayed here. So in this case, we are actually estimating that our model is going to be 850 grams with all motors included. We are actually saying that this is a quadcopter, so it does have 4 motors, and we are changing the frame size to 240. So if you see the schematic here below, you will see that this is straight away telling us that the propellers are not going to fit the drone because it's a really small drone and we are setting up a really big propellers. So we are going to be needing to change that. So to change that, we are just going to change the diameter to 6 inch. That is what I was actually planning to. And then we need to select the battery. So don't really worry too much if you cannot select all of the batteries. You will need to select a little bit what the milliamps per hour of the battery you are thinking of to know a little bit the hover time, and then also the discharge, the maximum discharge rate, to see if this is something that it's going to work. For the motors, it's pretty much the same. Not all the motors are going to be selectable because this is the free version of the software, but as long as you have the correct revolutions per volt, that should be fine, which is actually the indicator there, the 1000 here. Okay, so that was pretty much the setup that I really wanted to use. So it's actually a LiPo 30 amps. Also, a couple of more things here. So we will be needing to set up the ESC max current, so the max current for the ESC. We are also going to be setting up the type of propeller that we are using. Once you have everything, you can just click on calculate, and this will actually tell us that with a 6-inch propeller, this does not have enough power, does not have enough thrust to make the quadcopter that we were designing hover. So this is not going to leave the ground at any point. It actually tells you like some error logs here, and you can definitely see also the max current and all those things. So one solution that we were thinking of is increase the number of blades on the propeller. So instead of having 2 blades, have like a 3 blades propeller. That is increasing a little bit the thrust, and we are really much below the maximum current that our motors are able to support, so we can definitely do that. So by doing that, we already see that the thrust is enough to make the quadcopter hover. So that is going to really make it. That is going to really make our quadcopter flight. Sorry, it's not the best setup. It only has like a, so if you see this 1.2 is not ideal. Actually, we want at least to have it like 2, but it's 1.2. So that tells us that this is going to fly, but it's not going to have a really smooth and nice flight. It's going to be a little bit difficult to fly. But in any case, this is actually what I wanted to do because I do not have any other setup. So this is actually what I wanted. So as a solution, I was thinking on increasing the number of cells on the battery. So instead of having a 3-cell battery, having a 4-cell battery, and what this is doing, this is increasing the revolutions per minute. So this is going to increase also the thrust. And as you can see, this weight to thrust ratio increased just by changing the battery cell number from 1.2 to 1.8, which is going to make it a much more stable and smooth flight. So this is how I actually calculated the different values for my quadcopter to see that this is doable. So next videos I'm going to be showing a little bit how I built the quadcopter, and on the following one I already have it set up. I'm going to show you the small problems that I was facing whenever I first built my quadcopter, how to solve them. So hope this is useful, hope this was a little bit clarifying on how to build a drone. If you do have any questions for this, I'm really open to try to solve those questions. So don't really worry, and please add any comments that you want on the video on the description below. Hope you enjoy it. Have a great day, and see you soon in next videos.